Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and it's Tuesday, which means it's time for our weekly tier list Tuesday. And over on my Instagram, I made a post giving out who I would give every single award to today if the season ended 2 weeks into the season. And it kind of got me thinking, how do 2020's awards winners stack up against each other? Because about a year ago, I made a video tier listing every single 21st century Hart winner. So I thought it'd be fun to do it with 2020 awards winners of the 5 major awards, that being the Hart, the Vezina, the Norris, the Calder, and I'm showing some love to the goddamn coaches. We're also doing the Jack Adams. So here are the different tiers. We got 30 different awards to go through. I'm not doing my early 2026 picks if they played the full season, all 82 games. Jack Eichel having 175 points. But here it is, all-time season. These are like top 5, top 10 seasons of all time in the awards history. Very impressive win. You're going to remember it 10 to 15 years, that season, how good it was. Solid award-winning season. It's about what you expect in a given year could win you that award. Deserved, but nothing special. They were the pick, but not too memorable. And then weak field or just straight up the wrong pick. These were pretty disappointing relative to other winners. Still very good seasons, don't get me wrong, but compared to the other seasons. Connor McDavid's 2023 Hart season, 64 goals, 89 assists, 153 points. I think we can agree this is probably the best individual season, individual Hart-winning season. Probably the 21st century and pretty much a no-brainer. That's why I started with it. In terms of all-time seasons, Cale Makar, interesting, the production, 30 goals, 90 points, 92 points. Definitely puts it in very impressive. His underlying numbers weren't as good compared to maybe like an all-time season. I'm not sure at the top 5 of top 10 all-time Hart seasons. So I'm going to put it in very impressive. The goal scoring, insane. The offensive production, nuts. Very impressive win. Spencer Carberry, I'm also going to go with very impressive. Yes, for him, you can maybe say that the management was even better that year, but like they were both amazing that year. And considering the prior year, everybody thought they were just a fluky team that just barely made the playoffs, and then they win the Eastern Conference in the regular season. He's just had maybe the best 2 first regular seasons that a head coach could have in terms of defying expectations. And he was awesome in the 2025 season. So we got Daryl Sutter in the Calgary Flames in 2022. He definitely deserved it. They took a huge jump, but I'm not sure it was some kind of like schematic X's and O's kind of thing that was mainly led by Sutter. It was guys that just had career seasons. And again, he definitely contributed to that. But that top line was just so insane. Lindholm had like 42 goals and 82 points. Markstrom, who has been very inconsistent throughout his career, put together like a Vezina caliber season. Very good coaching job, but I'm not sure it's the level of Carberry that did not have maybe the talent that Sutter had that season. Roman Josi, Washington Capitol fans are about to be in my comments saying John Carlson deserved that award. I still think that he was the right pick, but it definitely was a pretty weak field. I think he had 65 points in 69 games. Nice. But, and again, there's a COVID, so it's not like he missed games. Yeah, he was very good offensively, but defensively, kind of just like mediocre, below average. And as a result, I don't think that it is some kind of great season, and it probably is deserving of that bottom tier. Kirill Kaprizov, with the Calder seasons, I'm just going off the season. I'm not factoring in that Kirill Kaprizov was 23 years old. There's going to be 18-year-olds on this list. Just looking at the pure season and Kirill Kaprizov putting up 40 goal pace, and the Minnesota Wild were like the most mid team of all time. And then with him in 2021, they put up like 110 point pace. I think it's definitely worthy of a very impressive. If you put it in all time, I wouldn't call you crazy again. This guy completely changed this team and just was a one-man offense. Offer it for the most part, and then the following year was even better. But I'm going to put it in very impressive right now. It's one of the more underrated Calder seasons just because it wasn't that COVID-shortened year and because he was a little bit older than when you think of a Calder winner. Like Matty Beniers, who was only 19 or 20 years old. Kind of a weak field when looking at it. 57 points. Very good defensive analytics and helped Seattle get into the playoffs. But when you stack it to the Calder wins that we're going to have right now, or in the 2010s, like especially like 2015 to 2019, it's definitely in the bottom third for the most part. Still a very good season. Still deserved it. But it was quite the weak field, if we're going to be honest. Moritz Seider, very solid award-winning season. 50 points, awesome analytics. After that, his analytics kind of went down because they were just relying on him to play so goddamn much on bad teams. But in that rookie year, he walked in and was like a legit number 1 defenseman. Yeah, he's definitely solid award-winning season. Montgomery, I don't know how you do not have this in all-time season, considering he got the job and then set the all-time points record. Much like Sutter, he had some guys have career years, but yeah, 136 points. What the hell are we doing? That's obviously all-time impressive. Rick Tocchet, deserved, but nothing special. I think similarly to Sutter, not sure it was some insane coaching job. Just guys, individuals having career seasons like a JT Miller, like a Quinn Hughes we'll talk about shortly. Thatcher Demko being the Vezina runner-up. He deserved it, especially given the field, but I'm not sure. I'm not going to go that high, and we saw it quickly unravel shortly after. Adam Fox, same thing, deserved, but nothing special. Cale Makar probably would have won this award if he didn't miss like 10 games. Fox put up around 65, 70 point pace. Awesome analytics, but it's insane that he won in his second season in the NHL. But in terms of a Norris win, when you stack it up to other ones, I'm not sure it's that high. Connor Bedard, very impressive on a bad Chicago Blackhawks team. He had, 61 points in 68 games. You talk about a one-man offense. The team still stunk, but with him having pretty dog shit wingers, he was still hyper productive. I think you got to go with very impressive there. Rod Brindamore, 2021. Jack Adams, 80 points in 56 games that year for the Carolina Hurricanes. Solid award-winning season. Rod Brindamore's an absolute tank in the regular season. Cale Makar, you could maybe put it in an all-time season, man. He was kind of a top 10 defenseman, like off rip. He was insane. He was putting up like 70, 75 point pace, great analytics. Like he was so damn good in his rookie season. He did miss like 10 games though, so I got to bump it down. That is being factored in with this games played, especially when we get to more of the goaltenders because the games vary so much. I'm going to bump it down to very impressive win, but in terms of just like on a per game basis, that's the same thing kind of with Bedard. But he was still near point per game, even though he missed 14 games. But yeah, Makar was so damn good right off rip. 2021, Connor McDavid. You could argue all-time season, 105 points in 56 games. Yeah, I think that kind of production was just so mind-numbing. It was like, 100? I think it might have been around the same pace, not the same goal scoring as 2023, but the pace was crazy, man. Sniffing like 2 points per game. Cale Makar, you could argue all-time season. I think that this is a top 10 Norris winning season of all time, considering that he had 86 points in 77 games, top 5 percentile offensive and defensive analytics, 27 goals. And then he went on to win the goddamn Conn Smythe. I know we're not factoring that in. We're not factoring the playoffs, especially. I don't know if we can see him yet. Connor Hellebuyck on this list. Not factoring in the playoffs. But yeah, this is one of the greatest defenseman seasons of all time. In 2022, Cale Makar is like the near perfect modern defenseman. Bruce Cassidy, they won the President's Trophy that year. The talent was pretty abundant on that Boston Bruins team. So I'm just going to go with a solid award-winning season. They were still cooking. Linus Ullmark, it's tough, man, because he only played like 46 games. Yes, he had a 938, and his analytics were also very strong, but he was behind such a damn good team. And yeah, games do matter. I think we're going to see it later on, but like someone that plays 65 games and still puts up like a 928, that's more impressive than a 938 in like 46 games, in my opinion. Shesterkin, kind of same thing here. He had a 935 in the season, but he only played 52 games. So I'm still going to go very impressive. He carried that New York Rangers team, who was shit at 5-on-5, and got them into the playoffs and eventually made the Eastern Conference Finals, but we're not factoring that in. Draisaitl in 2020, he was putting up like 120, 125 point pace. It was kind of just like McDavid got hurt. McKinnon missed some games, so he won. It was deserved. I actually may have went with McKinnon, but it's not really anything special. I'm not going to go weak field. I'm not going to go with the wrong pick. But yeah, I think deserved, but nothing special is fair. This is probably going to piss people off. Lane Hudson, I'm going to go a very impressive win. You set the rookie assist record. It's not an all-time season because, again, to start the season especially, he was not very good defensively. But when you are so productive, 66 points as a goddamn rookie, and help the Montreal Canadiens make the playoffs, yeah, it's a very, very impressive win. Quinn Hughes, same thing, very impressive win. 92 points in 82 games, leading the Vancouver Canucks to a Pacific Division title. It's one of the better Norris seasons of the 21st century, if we're going to be honest. We're running out of space now. Nathan MacKinnon, also very impressive. 51 goals, 89 assists, 140 points. It was a monster year, and I'm sure some Tampa Bay Lightning fans are going to be commenting that Nikita Kucherov should have won it. People are going to kill me for this. 100 points, there was no defense in sight in Erik Karlsson's Norris season. Yes, offensively, it's an all-time season, but the defense was so goddamn bad. I thought Adam Fox should have won it. He had like 75 points, awesome analytics. Cale Makar would have won it. He had 66 points in 60 games, just missed 22 games. I'm a hater on the Erik Karlsson Norris year. I think it was kind of a weak field, and the 100 points just won people over. 2024, Connor Hellebuck, deserved. I think he had a 921 in around 60 games. Very solid season. Very, very solid season, but he's had better seasons. Austin Matthews, very impressive. First guy in forever to hit 60 goals as well as playing Selke level defense. I think he definitely deserves to be very impressive. Fleury is tough because he had a 928. He was on a very good team. He only played 36 out of 56 games. So I think I'm going to go deserve. The analytics weren't like insane, like the leader in terms of goals saved above expected. So I think I'm going to go with that. And we got 3 Connor Hellebuck ones left. I don't know why I did it like this. But 2025 Hart Helly, I think solid award-winning season. 63 games, a 928 save percentage, President's Trophy winning team. I'm not sure. It's so rare that it is a goalie that you maybe put it in very impressive. I have too much in very impressive right now. Connor Hellebuck 2020. I'm going to go with solid award-winning season. He only had a 920 that year, but he played like 58 out of like 69 games and was carrying that team. That was not that good of a Winnipeg Jets team into the playoffs. So I'm going to go there. And then lastly, 2025 Connor Hellebuck Vezina. Definitely all time, considering he's one of the rare Vezina winning goaltenders to also win the Hart Trophy. And yeah, 63 games against Shesterkin. Ullmark had higher save percentages, but this guy played 63 goddamn games and led them to a President's Trophy. I'm trying to think, who would I move down, though? I feel like I have to move some people down from this very impressive tier. If I were to move someone down, I guess it would be Carberry, just because the front office brought him in a lot of talent. Still, nobody had them as a 114-point team or whatever the hell they are. But yeah, I think that this is fair. I think this is about where I land on for this. I just can't move any of these guys down. They were very, very impressive rookie seasons. But let me know in the comments, what do you think about this tier list? Who would you move up? Who would you move down? Who's going to win these 2026 awards? And I'll be seeing you next one. Peace.